You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. With a stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring this edition of Breakfast Show come to you this Thursday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Today is Thursday, the 24th day of July 2025. And inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this morning, if you can remember, about a week ago, PPRC been pulled a release. Also, they made a call on political party leadership for ensure say them pull all political campaign banner and posters them within a different parts of the country. And after that release, the way PPRC been pulled, one of the All People's Congress APC party, the Flagbearer aspirant, when Honorable Osman Timbo, they also write a letter to PPRC for ask for legal clarification as to who side the PPRC pull the power for ask political party them for put down them campaign banners them. Well, yesterday evening, we see PPRC don't respond to Honorable Usman in request where he make for let them explain the legal clarifications the way they ask for. Now that's what they can discuss inside this edition of the program. Also, we can look at the legal clarifications them where PPRC don't give to Honorable Timbo, and we will also talk to in the Honorable Timbo for know if the response from the PPRC address in concerns them.
Well, this and other story them, then at the program for you this Thursday morning. You say for the watch week, go get the opportunity for add your voice to the things they will they discuss inside the program this morning. Members say you can also send we your message, you comment, your thoughts on any of the issues that they can look at through the number +23274200545, or you can as well text in the comment section at any of the platform them way una the watch way with the stream na YouTube, with the stream na Facebook, and also with the stream na we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. If you not follow we YouTube channel yet, kindly go na YouTube, search for Liberty Online TV and press the subscription button, and also turn your post notification bell on so that anytime you come online, you'll get the notification say we dey live with interesting discussions them working bring canton through various programs them what they do na Liberty TV. And also we WhatsApp channel. If you know subscribe to the WhatsApp channel yet, kindly go na WhatsApp, search for Liberty Online TV and follow the channel as we get various contents them way we dey put now with different platform them as Liberty Online TV. Na this particular digital platform na the only able to get accurate information but different things them where they happen at the country. Today we can look at the concern where Honorable Osman Timbo through a press statement where he be make after we the PPRC we na the Communal body for all political parties them. One of the mandates now for register and regulate the conduct and activities of political party them. This be intended be concern, but the plenty poster and banner them we say then they all over the streets them and then say this not to politics them yet. ECSL not declare politics yet. So then they call on all political party them for engage on their member there, especially the one that we don't show interest, say the one for be Flagbearer aspirant for various political party them for them remove all them banner and poster them. This be make Honorable Osman Timbo been question the legal basis of the PPRC. Well, yesterday PPRC don't respond to them. Waiting inside the PPRC they response. If we meet Honorable Osman Timbo then concern, now that's what they can look at as they can talk to PPRC and when they get the executive secretary from PPRC and when they talk to Honorable Osman Timbo himself for ask him if the explanation or clarification where PPRC don't provide meet all in concern them where it been stated at the press release. So say question PPRC for provide for them the constitutional regulation them where give them the power for ask them for pull them poster and banner them at the streets of Freetown.
All right, we will continue with the breakfast show, but before we can look at that issue there between the PPRC and Honorable Osman Timbo, let we just look at one other major issue we will be looking at now with yesterday edition of the breakfast show. Also, we've been talked to the headman at Hamilton Village where na Bemba Brewer it been explain one incident will be happened the day before yesterday. Also the incident see one boat we can land na the community where according to them is suspicious because they not be know waiting be inside this boat. Like all them the Ceylon police we get rights for investigate certain issues we get for do with people in life and security. Yesterday the Ceylon police been get a press briefing. Also then go update the public through the journalists them, but waiting they don't find out so far regarding this particular boat we been land na Hamilton Village. As we've been talked to the headman, we've been telling her yesterday say the Ceylon police been promised say then go get back to it after they get this briefing yesterday. But let me just watch as Al Hassan Kuruma been there yesterday at the press briefing where the Ceylon police been hold for update the public on the boats where them been see na Hamilton Village Beach 1. Let me watch the report where Al Hassan bring for you.
If people can remember, Tuesday, July 22 this year, one boat be land at Beach 1, now the Hamilton community. This particular boat been raised plenty question as the people na this community been get serious concern but waiting been there inside this boat. According to Bemba, when are the headman for the Hamilton community, inside one interview with Liberty Online TV, he say after we authority them, we don't go na this community, them been asked for take one youth man for join them go inspect inside this boat. But according to them, we then chat, they not see nothing when of security concern.
Community beach under supervision between me and Sussex, the sideway land at the boundary that they land. Well, according to yesterday, I'll be taking medicine while with the purge. So by 8 o'clock by Isawaya, people they begin call me man to Oladoland. But I tell them say me they go do Richard first because me no well. But unfortunately, people they confuse me. How drugs did it, this did it, that did it, ammunition, you know. So that moved me when I take a direct the yellow capsule. I say make a manage, make myself self-reach to the same.
So when you reach the headman, what exactly you see?
Well, I reach here according to the military commander. They do a very good job yesterday because the police officer, the number one, like the shot the boat. But the military commander, he said no. He said this kind of crowd was so for make everybody go satisfied. He said make the headman and one U2 man make them go inside. including the CID they were meeting. We come out from Lumley Division. They say, may they go shot. From everybody go free mind. I say, may God bless you. Tell the crowd, say, we need for clap for this particular word where this military man does say. So they say, be there for Duam. And we say, go down the boat. We go down the boat. We shot down the boat all over. All over we shot. We not see no something like drugs or other nothing.
After this, the police have been pulled press release the same night when na Tuesday, July 22. Outside and try for clarify say them be don't do joint inspection na this boat, but they not see nothing when our security concern. After this press release, then same way so called press conference, outside them go continue for clarify about this particular boat, we don't raise plenty suspicion from the members of the public. ASP Brahma Kamara, when at the head of media for the Salon Police, during this press conference, self say after we then do joint inspection, police and the military with the aid man them and other people them na the community, they not see nothing na this particular boat when have security concern.
But honestly, at the end of it all, there was nothing of police interest, nothing of security concern. And don't forget, when the search boat, the committee members did it. If I then at the scene before we reach there, and then call me for local day. So to say that I like being there and then don't all get in at the scene. And they call me say, we sweep this one and so we went to the scene. But the moment we go there, we say, let me work with the military, we all work together and search the boat. And at the end of it, they not be saying it's of security concern. And in fact, the boat was still there. I don't know. It was still there. So we try for no outcome. Yeah, not to harbor. You know, say get when they say harbor, that's how we move to the back. But not to wharf. What they call wharf. Not to wharf. So how we come now? So preliminary, we know about preliminary, you understand. And tell you something happen. That first information you can't forget. So the preliminary investigation what we do, from the inquiries that we do, they tell you say from the people them say the boat drift can be because they're getting mechanical failure. So which means the engine went down. And so if the engine go down, it means you don't get control over the boat. Now the wave and they take you go, say I want to take you go. And so
as all this they be, you Jallo, when at the director of operation at the criminal investigation department, he say Tuesday, July 22 this year, them been catch 3 different group them where them suspect say they per armed robbery.
Exercise of step-up operation. The police is able for arrest. These are 3 categories of people who arrest. This first group now, and then we arrest this weapon, Glock 22, and then 2 magazines there with 44 live rounds, bullets. This group, where they think they can, we conduct thorough search on them. We discover various machines where they use to make fake money. Like this, these are fake pettiness notes where they keep it for plenty documented, including police documents. This group at the base, they're able to make police clearance. Fake ones, let me have the police clearance, and plenty other documents of ministries, departments, and agencies. These are some of the documents that are police documented. Now we supposed for producer only. But now we will search this group at various sites and other places to see the machine there. We test the second for make then document there and forge the signatures. Not only police clearance, we get driver's license, they will produce the fake one, worst result, birth certificate, letterhead for foreign affairs, Ministry of Health, SLBC, and various other documents. This now birth certificate.
Ali Ujalo end up say police go ensure say then arrest more people where they suspect say they part of this robbery gang. For Liberty Online TV, Al Hassan Kuma the report.
Alright, we dey continue with the breakfast show. We dey watch live na Liberty TV. We dey stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also now we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. From that report they also yesterday, the Salon police be all a press briefing. Also then go tell journalists them, but waiting they don't find out so far. For Seka, the boat will land na beach one, na the Hamilton community. Day before yesterday, we be raised plenty concern. And yesterday during the breakfast show, we talked to the headman for that community. They will confirm say, he join the security personnel them for let them go do a thorough search na this particular boat, but he say they're not able to see nothing. Although he say then safe, when the community people are not convinced about this particular boat. So the police they continue for investigate, and we go bring Cantona the latest updates they get from the Salon police. Quickly, let we go na market as this BNTM a release we come out from government being sure say the price for bag for rest don't go down, and how this price of rest for bag effective na the market, and that make we reporter Fatmata Sisi go find out if na true say rest don't go down na market.
Viewers, this na Liberty Online TV. July 5 this year, we see inside government put one public notice where say the price for bag of rice for calm down from 760 to 640, especially for parboiled rice we all know for Kusawa. But the big question is, this na reality or na just paper talk? And for this make Liberty TV can work at in the Dovecot market for talk to traders them or know if the private government pool na so them they sell, or if they are for the own price them, we go say we talk to customers for verify the price if not so then they buy.
I'm glad it's small because Friday the rest are 5,000, one and 4,000, Fianfian 4,000, same to normal 4,000.
Tell God thank you. The price of the rice you don't count on better one. It been don't go 980 for pushawa parboiled rice. When are the highest selling rice in Freetown, Sierra Leone. But tell God thank you. I don't know if not the government or if not the importers or if not anyhow anybody who responsible. Alhamdulillah, tell God thank you. The price don't count on now. Now we they sell one bag 650, 660. Great improvement no happy and the rest. We wish for me go down pass through. But tell God thank you for now.
When we say 810, 820, 815, but now tell God thank you now we say 740, it's more about 390. They were so calm down. Something in Canada they say, I don't buy at all 660. So at the end of the pass it to say, well, you put on to 670. So now they make the ceremony in slow. And right now they sell no amount of rest we happy to buy it, and they do buy it. You see, so why do they buy something they use 50 now? Now something I going at 10 now they buy because they feel say rest can come down at any time now and get that same message where they get.
We to the price of the rest, you know, it go down well with you because the rest, now the rest they are 675,000 for bag. We want now for let them put the rest to 300 or 350. That's now we will sell yes 800 euro for plate or 700 euro to be because so we be the buyer. But now it's not easy for you. So that's 700, that's 675,000.
From what we don't see a hearing, it don't show say the price of rest really don't come down, and it come down small. Even though traders them say the price they not equal outside. Some they sell 640, some they sell 650. For Liberty Online TV, me na Fatima Tasisi, the reports.
Hi, I'm Leo. Want to know more about me? Chat with me on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Apple Messages, and Google Business Chat. Search for UBA Chat Banking and always look out for the verified tick. Hi, I'm Leo. Want to know more about me? Chat with me on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Apple Messages, and Google Business Chat. Search for UBA Chat Banking and always look out for the verified tick.
Welcome back. You still watch the Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV and continue for sending message on the different issues that we will look at this morning. We tell una say we can discuss, talk to the PPRC and Self Honorable Timbo as we been tell una. The PPRC yesterday been replied to Honorable Timbo in clarification where they ask for know the legality where PPRC gets for ask political parties them for put down all political campaign materials them, because according to the PPRC, this not to term for elections, so politics campaign materials them not for be displayed in a different parts of the country. Like we've been telling now, we get with at the program this morning, the executive secretary for PPRC, Wena Olusogo Davis. Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning. Family in the morning.
And we also get on the line Honorable Timbo for respond later in the program. But let me just start with the PPRC. Like we don't tell the viewers them. We say about a week ago na be issue release. We say on the call on political party leaders them for ensure say all campaign materials them within a different parts of the country them put them down, because according to una this not a period where the materials there for dinner do. And we see after that una release Honorable Osman Timbo, when one of the Flagbearer aspirants them for the APC, but they ask the PPRC also on a pull up power for ask the political party them for put down them campaign materials them. But let me just go back, waiting make the PPRC at that time been decide say them political banners there for the down.
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning again, my viewers there. Of course, we all know say PPRC is an institution where be created by the 1991 Constitution, sections 34 and 35 of the 1991 Constitution of Salon 9 creates the PPRC. And apart from that, you equally know say the Political Parties Act of 2002 at the time actually creates the functionality of the commission. That particular act they will review together with the political parties leadership in 2022. Now, the act give the commission the powers for regulates political parties. It's clear, very clear. And not we give yourself that power they will get some from the political leaders of the registered political parties, because that then constitutes the review of the 2002 Political Parties Act, and that then actually bring all the citations and clauses we contain in the new act. Unfortunately, the House of Parliament passed the act. So automatically it means that the provisions we work on, whether the Political Parties Act, are one way sanctioned by the citizenry of this country. Because our members of parliament are representatives of the citizens, and quite apart from that, the political party leadership necessarily validates the content of the act. I'll take you to just part 3, and I just want for paraphrase I'll just read verbatim equally for the benefit of the viewers and the listeners as well. If you look at Part 3, Sections 12, 2, read, and with emphasis on A. Without prejudice to the generality of subsection 1, it shall be the function, and that's the qualifying word, function of the Commission to A, regulate, supervise, monitor. So those are 3 strong verbs. Regulate, supervise, monitor the affairs. So you see, not only the affairs, conduct of political parties so as to ensure their compliance with the Constitution and these acts. B, monitor compliance of the political parties with the terms and conditions of their registration. So I'll tap there. Let's just zoom on to A and B. So the acts give you the power. You know, when they regulate person, the one they will know English for regulate person. That means say you get power over them. When they supervise, like when I be boss, when they get to staff them, you're able to correct them, you're able to reprimand them, you're able to mentor them, you're able to guide them. And when you monitor. So these are 3 strong words. And that's exactly the role of the Commission.
So Mr. Davis, you don't read verbatim all waiting in the PPRC Act, when now your Constitution, then now your Bible, then they use for regulate them political party. Honorable Osman Timbo, we been question and raise concern about the powers for Lona ask political party them for talk to them member, they especially want them where they aspire for various positions, for remove them banner and poster them. We have been surprised for see this concern or questioning from Honorable Osman Timbo, being that he's a lawyer, if we understand all of the relevant section there we quote.
Well, no, we're not surprised. Of course, the PPI is still a regulatory institution, and when with political actors then feel concerned about what we do, we equally subject to public criticism. As a commission, we equally subject for respond to the views of we clients there, whether the political parties. So if then, yes, with respect to the Honorable, is a lawyer, but again, he's a politician. So therefore understand that. So the commission absolutely is not really surprised, and we appreciate when he raised the concern, because again, it's better for making raise the concern. We're equally able to provide apt responses to them. Then it's a two-way approach. Let's assume that a feel otherwise regarding reaction, but with explanation with citations of the provisions of the Act and the Constitution, I'm sure say that they help him for understand much more better the angle where we come up from.
Where on a big issue they release, one of the big questions we people will ask was why that same day? Because also the first same this way political parties then can get the internal elections where they can put out banners and all of that. And the period where una put them, now the question that people they ask, why that time?
The law is the law. The law can always come into play when there is a need for it.
So there has not been a need before?
Before there has. And what do we do? You know, we have different relationship with our constituents, that's the political parties. Let me say this, there are instances we don't come to the media. We have bilateral conversations with the leadership of those parties. And we don't come at the media and go and talk about them. So we've engaged political parties prior to this. There are instances we issue press releases. There are instances we call them to a meeting. There are instances we have a one-on-one engagement with the respective leadership of the parties. So we get different approaches what we really deal with political parties then.
Political parties engaged before now they come public on the issue of banners all over the place when it's to election period?
Of course, it has been a concern from citizens. It has been concern from other actors, even stakeholders within the respective political parties about the proliferation of political banners for intra-political party campaigns. And it's a concern. So as a commission, we get a responsibility when those concerns have been raised, not only from members of the states, but also from senior executive members of political parties as well. So what did we do? Our press release was it was not harsh. Just to remind the public, to remind our political parties, which is where that will constituent them, that kindly take off those banners on the highways, on the streets, and confine the display of such within the confines of your political parties. Because at the end of the day, when you litter the streets with the banners, the public, not everybody is a member of a party, be it the SLPP, be it the APC, be it the PMDC, or any party, not everybody is a member. So ordinary citizens who are not members of political parties have nothing to do with that particular. So why not take it to the confines of your political party space, well, are they not the powerhouse or the engine for the intra-political party campaigns? So that's exactly what we say.
All right, Mr. Davis, continue for day with we. Let's just go over to the Honorable Osman Timbo, where they with we online, and it already to your submission we just don't make concerning the concern that we raise immediately we see on a issue out of press release requesting for the leadership of political party them for talk to the member, especially when they aspire for various positions within the party for remove them banner and poster them we una according to you una feel said and they litter the streets them. Good morning, Honorable Osman Timbo, and welcome to the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much. Good morning, and thanks for having me.
All right, just don't listen to the executive secretary from the Political Parties Registration Commission, Wena Olusogo A. Davids, where don't respond and also quote the relevant section them outside and get the powers for instruct political party them for ask owner, especially they aspire for various positions, for remove owner posters and banners them where they around the streets. PPRC and they say they litter the streets of Freetown and then get the powers as a regulatory body for all political party for instruct owner. This now one way you've been questioned. Now PPRC don't provide you the legal basis. Waiting at your response to this, Honorable.
Well, thank you to the PPRC for the response. I don't see the response on social media, and I believe maybe they might have served me, but since I've been there up country, I don't receive them. But I don't read the content, and I want to say thank you to them for the response. I think that is how democracy is supposed to work, and nobody not foresee this in bad faith, because as regulators, and even as a public entity, as a public body, the citizenry of this country, including us politicians, will respond to it when we feel say we are not satisfied or we are not clear about certain things. So that apart, like how Mr. David rightly say, I'm a lawyer too, apart from being a politician. I don't see the response. I get my legal position on them. I still feel that what they do not correct, and that even the spirit behind what you just talk about, so littering of the streets, they need for tell me which part of the legislation we talk about that being an offense under the PPRC Act, because there are certain things there we talk about intimidation, things that would lead to intimidation, things that would lead to tension. But see, there are two things here. I'll give you another example of how. Firstly, before I go to the two things. Now, the responsibility of the PPRC not go to limiting the political space or limiting the rights of people to political participation and even the way how they express their views, So, but one thing what they mean do, now the time when they ban street rallies. The reason behind banning street rallies was that the street rallies here, they create a lot of tension, feds the commodity, killing the commodity, and rightly so, no one questioned them, because then we all know during the street rallies here, so now they all kind of thing they happen, all kind of bad they happen, but it's understandable. But now with just political banners, let them tell you which tension will this they create. Let them tell we how this they unbog the political space. Another thing about the reasoning where they say, now that, not about, like I say, it's really clear. Yes, the press release really clear, and it say that this not a term for national elections. That is the reasoning behind the press release. It's not about littering, because they don't say littering not to the responsibility. It's about the responsibility of the city councils or the local councils. They say that because not a national election term. That's their reasoning by the press release. Right. So, but then forget, say, these political parties are national parties that have membership across the entire nation. If you come and say, oh, just because those are national elections, internal party elections, are you saying these internal party elections are not national elections too? But again, like I said earlier, being a lawyer, I don't see the response. I appreciate PPRC's response, and I will consider my next line of action.
So, Honorable, does that mean they're not directly answered to the request where you've been get for the clarifications, not satisfy the request where you've been sent to them?
I wanted a clarification. They did. They've clarified on which basis we then do them. Whether I'm satisfied or accept that is another thing. The head of the PPRC is a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. If you ask 10 lawyers for different interpretations, for interpretation, I will give 10 different interpretations, which is fine. But the final person will for determine, or we get the constitutional responsibility for interpret legislative provisions at the court. So the next line of action will be determined in the next few weeks.
You talk about your line of action, Honorable. PPRC don't provide a 2-pager, then take you and members of the public step by step. First, then start with the legal basis. They don't quote all the necessary section them na the PPRC Act way, na their own weapon dande, na them Bible dande way then they use for function as an entity. You say they take your next line of action. We mean say you're not satisfied with waiting, then take step by step for clarify your questions the way you asked earlier?
I'll tell you that I have a different interpretation, and it's fine. They've interpreted it how they want for interpret them. It's their law. It's fine. Myself think I know how I interpret them. Like I said, I'm looking at the letter, and we'll go to the final possible way for interpret. That's all I'm saying.
So in this case, you agree with the provisions them where then cite say give them the legality and power for ask the political party them for put down the banners, but you not agree with the interpretation of the provisions?
They have a power to regulate, right? But at the same time, the spirit of the law, like I said earlier, is not to limit political parties. It goes to the point, like I talk about the second schedule, when NSF talk about in their response. It's safe for make political campaign, put banners, billboards, posts. It's there, clearly stated there. So it's actually encouraging political parties and their candidates to do that. So you see the spirit of the law now for encourage the political participation and also not limit the space, encourage political pluralism. But now by doing this, you're limiting the space, you're limiting the freedom of the politicians and the people for actually able to canvass votes. So for me, that's the interpretation. Yes, they have a power to regulate political parties and political actors within political parties. They have that power. We're not denying that. They have constitutional power to regulate. Just like how mobile companies, the NATCAS have got the same right for regulate mobile operators.
So is it safe for say Honorable Osman Timbo, they take the PPRC to court for legal interpretation on them provisions, yeah?
The public and the PPRC will know my next line of action in the next 2 weeks.
Then also clarify the side where you just talk about just not the infringement of constitutional rights. The PPRC say the Commission in press release not infringe on the constitutional right of freedom of expression as provided for in Section 25 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone of 1991?
Yes, Khadija, that's interpretation. Like I said, the chairman is a lawyer. I'm a lawyer too, of almost 18 years standing. So it's interpretation. He's interpreted it. Myself gave me on way how I feel I can interpret them. And the final person for get a decision. Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong is not the point here. It's about proper interpretation. And me not get a power day, and if the chairman self not get a power day for give the final interpretation of legislative provisions.
They also go ahead and try for provide explanation to you on the alleged contradiction of the PPRC Code of Conduct. Instead, then say the second schedule to the Political Parties Act of 2022, particular section 3C, D, E, and G, does grant political parties the right to engage in campaign-related activity. However, these rights are not absolute and must be exercised within the limits of the law.
Exactly. So even from that, they show you say that there's a right. If you notice that D, E, and G, we then talk about. 9 talk about the posters, billboards, the rights to do them. And they're saying, oh yes, even though there's a right, it then for do it within the law. Which law? The law that's for regulate? Is that what they're saying? Even from interpretation, you know, that's incomplete. But honestly, Khadija, we no need for adjudicate this in the media, you know. It's best for make we go to the right forum, follow talk about this interpretation. You know, if the law they give you one way, the law don't tell you say, oh, you can do this. Political parties can do this. And they say the theory for make you not do now if it creates tension, intimidation for your political opponents. It is not creating tension. It's not creating problems for your political opponents. But then you say within the law is broad, eh? It's really broad. You know, we don't give with one hand, then you come and say, oh, no, I just feel like they dirty the street, so no pull them. So if you normally then dirty the street, there's another way how you do one for making not dirty the street. There are laws, there are local laws, how you for ensure say you do things properly within the laws, the same laws when you talk about the local council laws, for make you ensure, say, for instance, if you do billboards, standing billboards, you go to local council, you pay for them. How does those ones litter the street? Yes, agree. Sometimes them billboard enjoy they put on all their streets, them every street corner you see billboards. Yes, it's unsightly. I agree as a citizen. But if you get proper way, like how then they get them billboards when they do their advertisements, you can do it. Everywhere I have gone to in this world, I have seen political banners everywhere. If you go, for instance, in America, you're going to have people in veranda there, you're going to then guarding them. You see them put them candidates there. You go to the streets, you see them, they advertise all the time, year in, year out, day in, day out, long before the electoral period they come. Do you want to tell me, for instance, again, in the United States, just because President Donald Trump, for instance, when they seek if they go through primaries for the Republican election, when an internal party election, they stop and follow not putting posters and billboards. They stop and follow do advertisements on TV and radios. No one did that because you encourage political pluralism by doing it. Now you don't limit the space in Sierra Leone. You say no more rallies. No more street rallies. Now you don't care. You say no more advertisements of billboards and posters. How do you want people to practice politics? Do you want them to go door to door, go meet people and now me this, look me, can't vote for me? At the lowest level, how do you want to encourage even women participating in politics? You want them to go across entire wards, across entire constituencies where there are no political party offices for really campaign? How is that encouraging political pluralism? I am not doing this because a presidential a Flagbearer aspirant within the APC. It also has to do with that organizing sector, that women's league that we want for contest now a ward election. We not get party office now that ward day. That chairman we want contest now in ward, we not get a party office now in ward. Or that constituency secretary, we want contest, but not get party office now in constituency. How do you want them to campaign? You limiting, you tighten the space, you taking away the freedom for express themselves or even political participation. That is my point. And like I say, yes, I'm totally happy that they've interpreted, that they've responded to my letter, and that is what should be done in every democracy. But the next thing is how I interpret this and how they've interpreted it. I think we're still at logger, we're still not there together, and I feel I'm not satisfied.
You think, say, the PPRC miss some in terms of the interpretation of you concern them now your letter?
No, I won't use the word miss because na lawyer, na whole commission, na their own interpretation. I have my interpretation. All I wanted was them for make them tell me the basis on which they do this. The initial basis that not to national election mood with it. That was their basis. Now they've explained exactly all what I wanted, and I still feel that, okay, they've interpreted it how they want. I feel differently about it. Not to miss, they have their interpretation. I might have my interpretation, and you get the final arbiter on who's right.
You mind for share with the public your own interpretation on them provisions here where the PPRC don't make clear to you?
I think I just don't tell you. I just don't explain them before now. Now that's how to explain in all this long rant with you, but like I've been a rant just now.
All right,
that's it.
Before we let you go quickly, let's just bring in the executive secretary, Mr. David Wede with Twinaya. You just don't listen, Honorable Osman Timbo in submission. He's so happy and he willing for engage. He happy way una respond to them, but he still feel say discrepancy they una not able for mediate in terms of the interpretations of the law. And for it feels say una they infringe on their rights, una they give them the free space for let them practice politics as the politician they will them be.
Yes, of course, the Honorable don't actually express himself, and in submission, there is no way where I, as an individual, will contest him because it gets rights to in views, it gets rights to in submission, it gets rights to in opinion. Of course, like you rightly say, he's a lawyer, and probably it gets rights for interprets the citations of the acts or the constitutions in the way where he feels say he really understand. Of course, that's one I cannot take away from him. But again, as a commission, we get the power for regulate political parties. We not ever close the political space by way of clarity. In one of his words, he say how somebody in the ward, we not get party office, that ward they go able for display in materials. The question is, if you move away from, let's assume your ward they Godrich, you put your flyers along Wilkinson Road. The one the way they Wilkinson Road is from another ward. They not get nothing for do with your ward elections with the Godrich. So what is that really that logical? Because at the end of the day, the one the way they Wilkinson Road has nothing to do with, because the ward election is confined to the members of that ward. So why not confine that particular posters or whatsoever within that particular ward? You come up constituency 110, you display banner to Calbaton. Calbaton is not part of 110. So why not confine it within constituency 110? And if they talk about America, make it give me a pictorial evidence where you'll see those stick banners, those wooden banners, they over the street. Even when storm they blow, you will see that they fly, they hit people, they windscreen. Make it give me a citation. Electronic display.
Just say, if safe, that's not the issue for litter the streets, but enough fall within una mandates, now a concern than the way for from city council or the local councils.
Any activity we get behind with any of the registered political parties falls under our auspices. I know they dispute the fact that the local council not get their own rights. They do have. But this has to do with politics. The local council get their own jurisdiction. But the act gives primacy over political parties. And any citation we carry an emblem of a political party, we carry the leadership or the photo or whatsoever of campaigning of one of the registered political parties is our concerns. I agree with him with electronic billboards, and that is not, we're not there against Dandy. That's a decent way to actually advertise your programs. We are not. But you have those stick banners all over. You're moving from the dead west to dead east. You see all of those stick banners. Some of them, they fall off the road. You see drivers, they try for balance. There are instances, wind they blow, you see that they fly all over. Come on. That is not even done in Western world, as he rightly quotes. There has a decent way of doing it. And that's exactly the type of politics we want for bring. Absolutely.
Yes, yes, Honorable.
Oh, I am so happy with what the executive secretary just say, and that is exactly what I say. That is exactly what I want. And instead just to agree with me, say maybe electronic billboards already up, they hang them up, they are not averse to it. I feel say if we sit down and get a conversation, the PPRC, myself, and other political actors, we can find a way out of this. Additionally, everything is say, if person in ward then a God rich, and not no business for bringing in billboard na Wilkinson Road. And not talk say, it's say for confine into a ward. Exactly, that's my point. Campaign inside your ward, but party office not the inside the ward. Also you are go fix in banner them. We party office not the. If you say lay in not pull on in ward, fine for me, I accept it. Lay it inside God reach the ward na God reach. Lay campaign inside the. Lay not pull on a God reach bring and can Calbaton. That is fine. But for saying only outside party office day, INSEF just don't admit say they limiting the space. Me no wants them billboards where you go put stick in a street, you go for dump and people they windshield, they make so. It is not right, it is not decent, and I agree with them. But for saying they ban them totally, only and limited to only the 17 district party offices across the 16 district party offices across the entire nation, that is not right. I think, like how as the executive secretary rightly say, and I agree with, if we just do this, it will save we all this long back and forth. So do ya now plead now with the executive secretary, since INSEF don't see the sense in waiting I mean they say. Let's find a middle ground on this. Put rules. Say, okay, not do this. This kind of banner, we are not encouraging it. If you're campaigning in this particular part for that kind of position, you have to be limited to that place. That is all I'm asking for. I hope the executive secretary will see and the commission will see, say, the need for sit-down and engage and they reverse this decision because it's a quite blanket and it limits the political space and the freedom.
All right, Honorable, let me just bring Mr. David. At this point, based on what Honorable Timbo just don't say, is it possible for get a common ground for let the PPRC get a rethink instead of having a blanket ban on the campaign materials but for go back to the table when I get a conversation and agree say if you the campaign a certain constituency, let your banners then be limited to your constituency and not all over the place?
The use of the word ban, for me, I feel say no enough fall in place because we are never consciously members say we state down there in the press release. What do we say? We encourage political leaders, political candidates of political parties for bring down them banners and take them off the streets. We were very clear. We did not say they should not campaign. We said take them off the streets and take them to the respective party offices. In a circumstance,
not to all side political party then get established party offices.
Agreeable. That's agreeable. I totally agree. For example, at what level? They may not have party office at what level. But bringing it to the highway, is it part of the ward? Why not bring it? Why not take it within the confines of the community? That's okay. But you bring a kind of the highway, outside cars that apply, all picking at it. Come on. The highway is not a platform for campaign. No, the highway is not. Within the confines of your environment, within the confines of the community, perfect, that's okay. But you cannot litter the whole streets, the whole highway. No.
So at this point, it clearly shows say the political party them no adhere to una call it, una say they engage the members them because posters and banners then they all over, especially now where the SLPP they're about for go into the executive elections. All of them posters and then at the streets, they even motocar them post full of posters. We make a lot of people if you say PPRC not get the teeth for bet them political party or una just the target a certain political party.
Of course, for say target a certain political party, applicable because as we speak, we only get 2 parties then currently where they prepare for the lower level elections, and the press release they actually target both. And quite apart from that, it's also it got to do with our rights and obligation for equally protect the citizenry as a regulator. We're not adverse in terms of closing the space. We can't. If we don't close.
Accuse
Of course, you get right to in view, you get right to in perception. But the fact is, we have not closed the space. If we don't close the space, I'm not sure we'll still have 17 registered political parties. The act is clear. All right. We don't close the space.
We una ban earlier now. Una say they not
for the rally
posters and banners.
The honorable, with respect, not really getting right. We did not ban rallies. We held a one-day conference with the leadership of political parties. It was in that conference that all of them agreed, including his party, the All People's Congress, agreed that because of the abnormalities doing street rallies, it is better for us to agree to have our rallies conducted in designated areas. So what did we do? We were just convener of the agreeable points derived from that one-day conference with political leaders. And that was the conclusion. So we only relied on what was concluded and agreed by the political leaders. We did not bring it up ourselves. We held a meeting with them and we agreed collectively. And that was exactly when we execute. And at the end of the day, he will not even dispute with me that that particular action saved a lot. In the 2023 elections, whilst campaign were ongoing, Pekin and they take NPSC, then take the exams, Becker students then take the exams, WASC students then take the exams, shops when they operate peacefully, we not hear but any much violence, we not hear say shop lock, people then go thief. It was much more decent. He will agree with me. So the question is, did that agreeable point from the political leaders not pay off? It did, it paid off. And that's the type of serene society
so
all equate to us.
They try for execute so an agreeable point with all political parties?
No, this has to do with concerns. Like I told you, leaders of political parties equally raise those concerns.
Including your own party?
Including their party, including his party.
Honorable.
All right? It's a concern. And we saw that indeed there is a need for us to take appropriate step for actually reduce the abnormality. How can you have all of these banners? Of course, we all Sierra Leoneans will see them on the streets. We see them. Electronic banners, we are not averse to it. In the Western democracy, that's exactly what uphold. You don't see them bring stick banners on the highways. Within the periphery of the community, it's understandable. But on the highways, no, it's not cool.
Because at the end of the day, honorable, on the point where you make say, una sit down with political party them, una get
on the rally.
And they talk about now them banner there, so we now the topic of discussion. You just make mention say even in your political party, when I engage
people raised concern.
People within parties
and other parties they raise concern.
Honorable, this although they take on the PPRC as individual, somebody when an aspirant, but again you do under a political party. You just listen to the ES for PPRC. It say people within una your party say draw their attention concerning them banner there where they say they litter the streets then.
Before I go to Dande, I just want to clear this thing where una self I think don't miss, and even in the ES, the executive secretary self miss when it comes to street rallies. I reference street rallies not to say I was against the decision. I didn't say that. I say the reasoning behind it, not the intention where they create the intimidation and all. And that is provided for inside the code of conduct. If any action that creates that kind of intimidation, it creates kind of tension, yes, you can say, okay, let's ban down or limit them as in how they control the street rallies, which for me I applaud them. It's a good thing. Like I rightly say, schools continued, they're not thief, they're not this, they're not that during the rally then even though I feel say there's much more for them coordinate them properly, because I felt also at the time there are things, lapses in Nandi. But coming now to this, we talk about consultations with political parties. I belong to a political party. I was second in command of the secretariat of my political party until a few months ago. Apart from that, this letter I write to the PPRC was copied to the Secretary General of my political party. That apart, in a meeting of the an expanded committee of the expanded version of the National Advisory Committee, I presented this letter again, and I did not get any objection from my political party. Or neither was I informed by them that they ever get engagement with the PPRC on this putting down of posters. As an ordinary citizen, not just a politician, honestly, I feel it's an eyesore on the way how them banners have been there all over the streets. That's why even the press release we come from the Ministry of Information, we say for pull them on the streets. For me, I wasn't against that. It was too much. Like how they rightly say, if people get a proper way, they get codes of conduct on how to use billboards or how to use posters or campaign materials. Let's have a conversation on it. Political parties, political actors should all sit together and have a consensus, just like how they may get consensus on this ban, on these street rallies where they talk about. Let them do the same thing. They are not a world on the, they are not get a world on their own. They're regulating political parties and they're sensitive. So it better before they take their decisions, maybe let them sit down again and think about them. And come back to the political party, say, come look and sit down and discuss how we for regulate the country also. These campaign materials, rather than just sit on your own and just give this just because you feel like citizens are dissatisfied with it.
But it said the same citizens them draw their attention. They not just act on their own. Then get political actors there, including you, political party, ordinary citizen them, tell them say it's too much. Then una they litter the streets them, honorable.
Khadija, I agree. I feel it's too much. That is why they're for fairness, for regulation, rather than for bring a ban, or even though they don't use the word ban, rather than for say, for pull them all and for just limit them to 16 or less political party offices. Like I say, now district, imagine for instance, in a district, the party office de Kamakwe, you want for campaign at Tambaka, for instance. A constituency in Tambaka, we get 4 or 5 wards inside it. No party office, nothing absolutely. How do you want them to campaign? By saying this, exactly the express words in their press release. It's a limit them to party offices. If you say don't put them on the streets or have a proper regulation on them, I am only encouraging the PPRC for this. Let me put down where it goes. Okay, this has been done, but there is a way to rectify it. I am not against the PPRC. I am not saying they don't have a right to regulate, but you cannot regulate to the point where you limit political space or the freedoms of expression or political participation. It's all I am saying. I'm appealing to them. Let them have a sit-down talk again with the political parties and political actors for see how they can find the best way out of this. Look again. This weekend, I've been in Kenema Kailaun. From Kenema, Tego Kailaun, all over the place. There were banners on the streets, there were banners on the highway, banners everywhere of certain candidates where they contest for certain position within a political party.
How can they really regulate this? Then self know say it will be very difficult for them to do this. The other week, at the Koinadugu, from the start till to the end, every street pole I see, there were banners, there were stickers on them. How you even get the manpower for able to monitor all this across the entire nation? It's tough for them. So let's sit down and find a way out of this. That is all I am saying. Thank you.
All right, Honorable.
So before Honorable go, that is the reason why as a commission, we feel say the likes of the Honorable equally for help for join the crusade, for see how we can fashionize politics and make her much more decent. Because at the end of the day, it's our country. Not just one Sierra Leone we get. In all of our aspirations, in all of our dreams, if we for see how we can able to develop and make with politics much more decent. Where we actually refer to now, we now deal with policies, rather than for just talk on parochial issues that were not really too important or significant. So that is it. So as a commission, we are also very mindful that we cannot close the space because we act provide that we actually promote political pluralism. But in the quest of promoting political pluralism, we also not go kick away the law. So like he rightly say, you know, you will say Honorable self, they understand which we, you understand exactly what we say. I agree, our doors are always open. That's the reason why they pay we from the taxpayers' money. That's the reason why the commission is a regulatory commission. So our doors are open, we can have conversations.
So it's possible for the conversations and we perhaps go get address this matter?
In fact, as we speak today, we get a meeting with the SLPP and the APC at 12 noon. Regarding
why them? Because
no, those are the two parties that currently we the lower level elections, you know, they're about, well, for SLPP then we don't start, for the APC then they're about for start. Those are the two. When others then start again, we'll have the same conversation with them.
So Honorable saying 2 weeks on a reform and the next line of action in the instance it go na courts on a prepared.
By a citizen of Sierra Leone and getting civil rights where the constitution actually gave him. We cannot tell him not to go or to go. It's up to him, my rights. But as a commission, we also get a responsibility. And we're also mindful of the provisions of the Act.
When will I be? All right, Honorable, many thanks for you joining me this morning and give a response to the response where the PPRC make yesterday concern you letter will you be right to them about 2 weeks ago and state certain concern them where you get. That'd be a pleasure for get you this morning through the phone.
Thank you so much, Khadija. And I'm sure say consultations can bring a solution to this. I've said 2 weeks, but I'm sure these are things the political parties can sit down and discuss and save we whatever action we'll get for take away. Like I say, decent politics. Let's save ourselves this whatever law protracted action therefore comes. So let's see how we can sit down and discuss this. I mean, political parties and political actors. Good thing that they get a meeting with the two parties today. Maybe they need for bringing that up in the conversation when they get today. Thank you.
And we'll equally invite you for come over at the office so we can actually get more conversations, Honorable.
I'll take it up with you. We'll talk on the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that's now been Honorable Osman Timbo. We been get concerned with the Political Parties Regulation Commission, and yesterday the PPRC been pulled a 2-page response outside then states the laws them according to the PPRC Act we give them the mandate for request say all political party them for talk to the member, especially when they contest for various positions within the party for remove them banner and poster, especially when them waiting at the major streets them na Freetown.
So over to you again, Mr. David from the PPRC. When on a been issued a release day, on not been specific about penalties, if not just a mere statements where the PPRC be make, because up till now, if you're gonna areas like Lumley Roundabout, you go notice say political banners are still out, and different parts them in the community, political banners are still out where they indicate say the political parties them really not talk to the membership for withdraw them banners. They are like how now they ask for let them do. Waiting at the PPRC next step where them banners they are still they out in certain places.
You know, that's the reason why, you know, as a regulator, in as much as you actually get to follow the dictates of the law, but again, you can tend for use different approaches, for still get the results where you want in a much more quiet and a decent way. The Act actually give you the powers, and if I can just refer to sections 34, I always like constitutional provisions or Act of Parliament provisions. I not like for paraphrase, I like for quotes and verbatim. 34.3, if you look at, I give you the steps that we can take. A, get for do with the, we can issue a warning letter. B, we can fine. C, we can suspend. D, we can deregister. But as a commission, one of our mantra that for equally promote political pluralism, and that's the reason why we always believe in consultation and engagements. There are times before we even come to the dictates of the law, we can always try for engage and have a conversation within the confines of the law as well. And that's why we get a meeting with them today at 12 noon. Follow we discuss on the content of the press release and engage them, the leadership of both parties ahead of any other action.
So it's possible to say this conversation we today go put a rest to all of the concerns here, whether on one for it to side for penalize any political party regarding this issue.
Yes, I'm definitely certain. That's the reason why we decide for call them, we get a meeting and get a conversation on this issue, and because we believe that yes, the law give we the pass on the steps that we will take, but again, we are regulators, we are like parents, so let's engage our clients, let's engage our primary stakeholders and get a conversation. Thereafter, then we can all agree together in that meeting, or the commissioner can know what's next for do.
The PPRC calling for this engagement at this stage. You know things that this una forbidden do before una they ask them for put down the banners, because if una been get this engagement una they get so now, we know for the USA with this so now.
Honestly, the commission get the pass for regulate. Like I say in my opening remarks when I come, sections 12.2a provide those three words: regulate, supervise, and monitor. And we can normally use any of the approaches we feel deemed necessary at an appropriate time. We're not adverse to dialogue, we're not adverse to conversations, we're not adverse to discussions, but again, we equally get a primary responsibility where the citizens that don't give we by virtue of the provisions of the Act for equally take actions. So taking of actions, having conversation, it's still part of the process. And before we just take next line of action, and that make we always can say, well, let's engage again further before we take next line of action. There are instances we don't get engagement with them. Like I say, the honorable not going to be privy to that day, and it's just natural. Some of these political actors may not say it to his face, but we received calls from both the SLPP, the APC, other political party leaders. They raised concern over that, and other citizens as well. They raised the concern, and we feel we have a primary responsibility to the people of Sierra Leone as well. And as regulators, we feel the law equally give you provisions on what you're supposed to do.
All right, so now we look at messages where we viewers that don't send. Maybe let's see the viewers and concern say now. We know they look at the messages them. Apologies for that, but slow just try for see few. The first one where they take the comment from David M. Tolley. He say one of the reasons is littering the street. I don't think it is a good reason because that's the role of FCC.
Say, Mr. David, does the Freetown City Council, both City Council and McKinney City Council, raise concerns to the PPRC regarding this matter?
This one say, Mohamed Toure, they say, Liberty TV, good morning. This is a strategy to unpopularize intended political contestants. So how do you want those various aspirants to be known by the voters or the public, Mr. ES?
This one from Mans Kagbo is say all major roads falls within a constituency in the country. Are candidates allowed to put their banners and posters, billboards within their constituency boundaries of the major roads?
This one they say, well, I think PPRC should consider specific areas where political parties should put their billboards instead of asking them to drop them, which raises concern because it is not specific.
no matter how well intentioned the PPRC's regulation measures may appear, they must be grounded in the laws of Sierra Leone, particularly the 1991 Constitution, the Political Parties Act, and the relevant statutes. And if not, their actions become unconstitutional and potentially unlawful.
Thomas Rogers, they say, good morning, Liberty TV. Please ask the PPRC to clarify what kind of campaign activities are allowed during internal party elections, especially when it comes to using public spaces. And to Honorable Osman Timbo, what made him write the letter to the PPRC? Does he feel the directive affects internal party democracy or gives an unfair advantage to some candidates?
This other one say there is a strong argument that the PPRC is overreaching and trying to control or vet the contents or placement of political posters without clear legal backing, or if it's doing so in a selective and politically biased way.
This one, they say, please clarify, is it possible for someone to be in Ward 2 and live in Ward 4? If it is possible, then I think banners should be across wards or constituencies.
This other one say local council and city authorities already regulate public advertising. So if the concern is about placement, defacement, or littering, then that's a matter of municipal authorities, not the PPRC.
All right, the final one we go take for now. They say, Mohamed Kama, they say, sir, I am in the UK where I'm standing right now. There's a banner of last election in a major road.
All right, and this one we go be my final one is say from Albert Fuji. It say is the hands of our girls and JMB wing political banners too. Well, from the message and they will come over to you, Mr. David, for respond.
All right, thank you very much. I want to really take this opportunity for tell the viewers and listeners and plenty thank you. Again, it's also part of the national discourse we're supposed to forget, and it shows how they're passionate and how they get interest in with politics. I think I take note of few, and I hope I don't miss somebody in question. There's one possibility to talk about littering of the states. Of course, the Right Honorable equally allude to the fact that indeed them banners and they very unsightly, and we press release not really say political parties are not get the rights for propagate the information to the membership, but we equally want to make them do it in a more civil and in a more organized fashion. And that make we refer say make them do and paste them banners and their respective party offices. I think people they get some misconception about the role of the respective councils and that of the PPRC. And I want for me people to understand that there's a difference between advertisements, billboards that are purely for commercial purposes, where the adverts that is under the auspices of the respective councils. And there are issues we get for do with political party banners, where the PPRC, the political parties act give responsibility and primacy over. So I think at the misconception and the people they feel say because in the states, PPRC not get right as city council. No. Once it has to do with political party emblem, political party candidate, it's the responsibility of the commission. The council get the responsibility. As a commission, we equally get the responsibility, especially that dealing with political parties. Somebody talk about if the taking off of the banners not going to make the candidates unpopular. I totally disagree. Putting the banners on the streets, not make them popular, not make them unpopular. Waiting they really make them popular, how they get relationship with the membership, how do they interface with them, what are the programs and policies, what do they bring to the people, where they really convince and resonate with the aspirations of the people, rather than they make them popular. Bringing it on the streets, not they make you popular or unpopular. So I totally disagree. They talk about somebody else asked question about unlawful action. PPRC must be grounded with the laws. Of course, we cannot be a regulatory commission without grounded on the laws. And that's the reason why every of we action, we always can ensure that it is within the confines of the law. We never get any matter, we never get any issue to any political party. We say PPRC has acted off the law. Probably the person will get your interpretation to the action or interpretation to the provisions what we use. But we have always kept our actions within the confines of the law. Somebody they say PPRC, PPRC trying to, we not get any legal basis for take such actions. I just don't clarify that. They say we get all the legal basis. And somebody they talked about public advertisements. I don't seek that clarification as well because people they misconcept between the role of the councils and that of PPRC. In as much as I agree that the councils then get primacy over then billboards on the streets, but when it comes to political party billboards, it's the responsibility of the commission, definitely. I think I'm able for pick. I don't know if I left. Of course, I'm not able to catch everything, but I think I'm able for respond to some of the one they were able for pick up, pick and jot down.
So in terms of the interpretations, perhaps the next 2 weeks, where Honorable Dongi, if we're not able for reach at any agreement and get a common ground in all of this, the PPRC still get the conviction, say, on our interpretations, them, on no miss them at all, based on the provisions of the law?
Yes, that make when we respond, each of the headings where the Honorable be right on, because they be asked me for provide citations. We ensure say in all of the responses we provide the requisite citation, we give it the powers, the requisite citation, the interpretation of that particular citation, and like you say, and there is one thing I always say as well: everybody gets rights to an opinion, everybody gets rights to a view. Somebody go see this book where I all say, even though me they say like blue, somebody can argue me say no, it's black, and I don't get for them. That's the type of society we need for what we really crave for, where everybody in rights, everybody in perception is respected, but in a very civil manner. And what the Honorable do is okay, he actually get rights to a view, he get rights to an expression, he get rights to in feelings, but again the commission equally gets a responsibility for come back to him and give him a feedback. Whether the feedback resonates with your aspirations or whether it jive with your interpretation, it's much more individual, you know, like an individual action. It's up to him. But as a commission, we feel we'll provide the requisite citations, the requisite provisions where the law will give you the power and give you the mandate for take the actions that we take. And there is one thing I can always say, and I'll continue for say, there will never be a time where PPRC will act ultra-vires the provisions of the act. And that's the reason why, for the longest of time, PPRC never get any issues with political party taken to court, and the courts actually find we wanting, because we always don't keep within the confines of the law. And we'll continue to do that. We, as a commission, we are established to regulate all political parties. We are serving the nation, and we are not serving a political party or group of political parties.
Now, let me go back to the main easy way there for encourage political party then for remove them banner and posters. Few days from now, according to the SLPP timetable, the 31st and the 1st of August, and suppose for all the elections for get a new executive. And by the 8th of August, according to the timetable for APC as well, and say they start then lower level election. Lay emphasis on a request I don't make to them, because it seems like they are not listening to you guys.
Yes, that's the reason why we called the meeting today. And these are the conversations where we actually get forget. It just boiled down to the fact that before we take action, we actually don't issue a release. We expect that the parties or the candidates in question for adhere to the content of the release. But again, you know, PPRC like Kumra, because as regulator, you get all the parties then. So it's about using the carrot and the stick approach as well. Before we actually effect waiting then at the press release, there's also a need for us to actually have a conversation. Probably there are issues we're not too clear. There are issues where they're not too able to understand. That's the reason why we don't call the meeting today. So we will get the discussion. And following the outcome of the meeting, then the commission will come back and take next line of action within the provision of the law as well.
All right, many thanks. Olusogun will join with this morning for can talk on a response on a make yesterday to Honorable Osman Timbo. As always, a pleasure for for lay clarity, especially when it comes to some controversy there or misunderstanding between owner and political parties. A pleasure as always.
Thank you very much, and I'll just encourage Liberty for continue in this direction. Thank you very much, and as a commission, we're always willing and available as and when the media need we for clarify and for equally inform the populace.
Many thanks, Olusegun. Well, now the breakfast show go left for today. Musa Saukoman and support the production team with technical support for this edition. Reach you. Continue to watch Liberty TV throughout the day as we get interesting programs that will bring Canton, especially on latest things that will happen all over the country. Mina Khadija Bangwade say have a nice day.
All right, and till we meet again at the other side, may welcome back. It's a good day and goodbye.
Develop city, then clean, all clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown, and today I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dot in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So in the waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packets on tin, not even a ground where you done. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty to them one way the Allah say clean salon, clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. In order for Karango, now the one of the two official sites. In order Karango Kisi Bome, in order Karango King Tom Bome. It turns so it left on the ground. And now we council get a problem, but you self get a problem because now from somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So what you for do with your host dirty? We get the one then a council when we don't certify, say then approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution, everybody for make sure say the waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies. So you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no side and day and for let them self go to you so that we not go get that gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money pan dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money. I'm not gonna say we're not gonna spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Freetonians then do the right thing. Because we're not gonna get for go clear illegal dump sites. We're not gonna get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improving markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we use for dirty business. You and while we all make up we mind. Pay.
watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.